The first wealth is health. What's up, guys? Welcome to Marty's Morning Rant, otherwise known as Reawaken Your Competitive Spirit. And before I get started, I just wanted to say and give a shout out to Miss Jane for the compliment she gave me yesterday. She was kind of like, it was like, you've gotten so much better on your lives. This is how it is. So I don't know. Maybe I'll call it Marty's Morning Rant. Maybe it's Reawaken Your Competitive Spirit. I don't know. But anyway, here we go. About you guys now. So, the first wealth is health. And this is a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, who was an American philosopher who led the Transcendentalist movement. And he said something that was similar to, he focused on teaching the doctrine of the limitless potential of the private man. And he used a big word like infinitude, which I had to Google. Like, I thought I knew what it meant, but I had to look and make sure. So this is the limitless potential of a private man. And I'm a pretty private guy myself, so this has been a journey for me to even get on here and open up and give you guys the highlight reel of my screw ups. But the big idea on the first wealth is health is you must have an abundance of health and energy if you ever hope to create a meaningful impact on the world. And here's how this applies to us in providing for your family. Many of us make this critical mistake of putting our health on the back burner in the name of providing for our family and loved ones. And you may have aspirations to give back, give to charity, and do some philanthropy work, but you get so caught up in pushing through just to make a paycheck. You start doing things like going to work sick. You stop doing things that bring you happiness and fulfillment. And before you know it, you stop taking care of yourself. And you get caught up in the game of sacrificing, and you end up trading the one thing that's going to take away your results everywhere else in your life, your health. And health itself, it's not just this physical thing. I'm also talking about mental health and eliminating the stigma around mental health, spiritual health, emotional health. And if you continue to chip away at your vitality for results today, where is that going to put you tomorrow? I mean, is it going to be a heart attack? Are you going to be so spiritually dead on the inside you're not motivated to do anything, and you're suffering through untold mental anguish because no one understands, and you're so afraid that somebody might judge you if they found out that you didn't have it all together and you weren't perfect? Anyway, so all this sort of stuff is what actually led me to be 100 pounds overweight, where I was trapped by low energy levels. I felt like I couldn't do anything, and I got there for those exact reasons that I just mentioned. I told you it was a highlight reel of my screw-ups. And there's one thing I learned along the way, is I did not get better by sacrificing more. And I'm sure if I'm talking to you right here, you're the type of person that's out there, you're sacrificing yourself, trying to get results, trying to move yourself, your family, and everything else along, but you're not going anywhere. You're spinning your wheels, you're grinding your gears, and it's not because of sacrificing. And I don't want to lie to you and tell you that you won't have to sacrifice, because you absolutely will have to sacrifice. You'll have to sacrifice the bad for the good and the good for the great, but you won't have to sacrifice yourself or your health. Because the fact of the matter is, transformations take a lot of energy. And if you've ever watched any of the Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super series, you know that transformations take a lot of energy. So I remember back in the day, whenever I was 100 pounds overweight, that I had a rule for myself that whenever I got home from work every day, I would not go and sit down and start playing Gears of War or Call of Duty or whatever video game it was at the time that I was playing with my friends. I would have to work out first, and then I would play. And by adding in that little rule and stipulation, I was able to drastically transform my energy levels. And that one rule I've been talking lately about inserting rules, self-imposing rules onto your personal game of health, wealth, and relationships. And that rule is literally the thing that propelled me out of there. So your health, your business or potential business, your relationships are fueled by your ability to produce energy first. So let's put this into action. The win conditions for wealth and production start with your health. Modify your routine with something that brings you more energy and joy. And I'm sure you already know your why, but just to make sure, go back and look at it again. Never stop looking at it. And then transform your life one step at a time. That's it, guys. And by the way, if you're serious on putting this whole thing on steroids without taking steroids, but putting this process of getting more energy and producing results more powerfully than ever before, head on over and check out the Life After Support. I can never say this right. Life After Sports Survival Toolkit. If Evans Putman ever watches this, he laughs at me all the time at how complicated I make names. But anyway, go to gearedupinsider.com/toolkit. This makes it easy for you to produce results more powerfully without feeling trapped by low energy levels. So go out there, make your life your own, get those energy levels up, and start producing results like never before. See you guys.